Why haven't you been able to? I mean, you've been one of the ones that's been out here for the longest. You and Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Why haven't you guys been able to get into a house?
Some of it's the dogs. Other than that, I mean, everybody promised that they would pay for the house. They'd pay the deposits. They'd pay the application fees. They'd pay everything until I got an income coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now all of a sudden it's changed to, well, do you have an income yet?
All right, so I'm out here today delivering propane and met up with Jen. This is, everybody knows this, Camp Mom Jen. And she was telling me that none of the city workers have been out here to talk to you guys?
Nobody. And they know we're here because they've been out here once before.
Okay. And so you guys were posted along with the whole?
Yeah.
And so BNSF and everything?
The same day. And we were supposed to be, like I said, we were supposed to be gone by Sunday at 2:45.
Okay. Were you aware of the newspaper article that came out where the city was talking about
I found it on Facebook and I read it, yeah.
What are
didn't
your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's really not great. I mean, the city's not, they're doing more damage than they're doing any good because they're breaking all trust. I mean, the way they handled that whole situation was wrong, and it just keeps monopolizing. And just, I don't know.
Well, and them saying BNSF is uncompassionate by posting?
Yeah, it's not, I mean, I get why they want us gone. Well, they want them gone down there. They're right there by a live track.
Mm-hmm.
Us, we're up here by 4 or 5 different tracks that are dead. They're never going to be used again.
Right.
We're not hurting anything. You know, I mean, granted, it can be considered trespassing, but we're not hurting anything. We're trying to keep everything cleaned up and take care of everything. And
you've been trying to find someplace else to go? Yeah,
we've been trying to find somewhere to go until we can get housing.
And has anybody talked to you about housing, or?
Just me and my caseworker.
And I mean, I've heard some things through the advocate channels that, you know, some of the solutions are to break up the dogs and, you know, have.
Yeah.
And I know you have several dogs that are yours.
I have 2. He has 2.
Okay. And, but is there a reason that why haven't you been able to? I mean, you've been one of the ones that's been out here for the longest. You and Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Why haven't you guys been able to get into a house?
Some of it's the dogs. Other than that, I mean, everybody promised that they would pay for the house. They'd pay the deposits. They'd pay the application fees. They'd pay everything until I got an income coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now all of a sudden it's changed to, well, do you have an income yet? If not, we can't do nothing.
Gotcha.
And I'm in the process. I'm just waiting for my determination.
Okay. How long has that process been going on?
I've been working on it. With sores. Oh, it's been a little while. It's right around probably a little after the first of the year.
So almost a year now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I've been working with Bert Nash for 2 going on 3 years.
Gotcha. All right. So I appreciate you talking.
Mm-hmm, not a problem.
All right. All right, guys. I mean, that's the houseless community talking to you. So pay attention. Guys, I'm out here at another location where there are people camped, and I'm out here with a fellow named Pops. Pops, how long have you been living out here in the woods?
Since November of 2019.
2019.
After my wife died.
And sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Now, you had mentioned something to me about problems getting IDs, and you said they needed to change the laws. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, first it took me 2.5 years to get my birth certificate because of COVID. Then when we finally got over there, it was 23, the first of 23, we have to have a printout from our own states. Don't know why, just to get ID, you have to have a printout from your own state about your ID or whatever.
Okay.
Well, the problem is, this county has DMV.
Mm-hmm.
My county in Georgia is DMV.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 2 seconds for them to pop my name up and see what my record is.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't do it.
Do they say why they can't do that?
Because it's a new law as of January 1st of 2019, or 2023.
2023.
Okay.
So there was a new law in place that they couldn't access Georgia's DMV to verify.
Or no, they wouldn't do it.
Okay.
They're not allowed to bring up your record. Of anybody that's from out of state, they have to bring their own printout.
Gotcha.
For
And
me,
so,
for me to get my printout, I have to go back to Georgia because they want to see me.
and
right?
then come all
Yeah.
the, okay.
Which is 10 hours and about $250 worth of fuel.
So tell me about accessing services without an ID.
Well, you can't. I mean, there's a lot of services that you can, but like what is it, Catholic charities and stuff, you have to have an ID. How do you get a job? An ID.
Yep.
How do you get an apartment? An ID. The
Yep.
problem is,
It's important.
it's not that we're homeless. We don't have an identity. We need an identity to be able to get forward, and they're not allowing us to do that.
So you think that if we could work on some way to help you get that ID from Georgia and get valid here in Kansas, you would be ready to go?
I've been ready to go. I've already got started on jobs, 12 to 14 jobs, and had to let me go because I could not get an ID.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be here right now.
Well, Pops, I appreciate you letting us know, man.
No problem.
And,
You know, it's just this political bullshit's got to stop.
yeah, I agree.
You know,
I agree.
we got to work together.
Yep, we talked on the Lawrence Beat about that the other day and
Yeah.
offered up a few ideas on that. I don't know if you watch podcasts at all, but
No, I really don't. You know.
but we're talking to them about it. And the ID thing, when you mentioned that, I really wanted to bring that to light and talk
Because
about that.
I mean, I don't know about now, but we've had mechanical engineers, electronic engineers, design engineers. I used to hold a general contractor's license back in California, in the worst county in the world for building codes is Santa Clara County.
Yeah.
Earthquake Valley, you know.
Yeah.
I like to work. I like a paycheck, but you can't get a paycheck if you can't get an ID.